Hi everyone, so I'm back with week 43. So this is the 22nd of October until the 28th of October. And I just want to apologise. I mean, probably no one's even noticed, but I've just been a bit quiet recently. It's just been really, really busy and I've not been well. So I've had back-to-back sort of illnesses the last couple of weeks. So hopefully I'm on the mend and I'm all fine now. But I just realised that sort of my some things have sort of fallen off a cliff basically, and I hadn't done things. So I'm really trying to get a bit more organised and a bit more on top of stuff now. So anyway, so I'm back with week 43. So this week was quite chilled actually. It was supposed to be really busy and it was still busy, but not what it was supposed to be. We were actually supposed to be down at my parents' that weekend, Saturday going into this Sunday, for a wedding menu tasting. But because of the storm, it really wiped out pretty much all the trains and it wasn't looking good. So we didn't want to get stranded and Joe had to be back at work very early on the Monday morning. So we just didn't want to risk it. So it wasn't the end of the world because one, there is another one in the spring, and two, we're having a slightly different food selection at our wedding, so they weren't doing everything that we would have got anyway. So it was literally just to go down to see the venue and maybe a few of the desserts and stuff like that. So it's not the end of the world. Anyway, so we ended up staying home and just chilling for the rest of the week before we actually went back down to my parents the next weekend. So we were actually supposed to be down with my parents 2 weeks in a row. So it was quite hectic time. So to be honest, we were grateful for the bit of a break and not having to travel everywhere. So yeah, so I'm using for this week the Prima 31 collection, which I absolutely love. I love pink for Halloween. I love this one because it's mixed with black, whites, oranges and golds and stuff like that. So it's a really, really pretty collection. This is actually last year's collection. They have got another one out this year that's very similar, so you can actually mix and match them, which is quite nice. But I'm using all of the 31 collection. So I actually have the paper pad, the cutter parts, and there was the little 3x4 like, I don't know what they are, 3x4 journal cards, I guess. So yeah, quite a few little bits of this collection, but they're all very odd sizes, so it is quite hard to use it actually. When you're not doing just standard 12x12 or a standard layout, it's quite difficult in pockets, I find. But I feel like I make it work, and I do really like it because there was quite a few pink sort of things in this week, so it matched it quite nicely. So the first pocket is actually of the pretty flowers. So obviously it's autumn, so all the leaves are turning. So on the Sunday we actually went for a walk. The weather was really nice, so we just went for a walk. It was actually whilst my biscuits were cooling. You'll see my biscuits in a minute. You'll see them just there. They were cooling down, so we went for a nice walk and just enjoyed all the colourful leaves. So I just thought it was a nice photo. So I just put this little, she's like a little pin-up person. She's got like a Halloween costume on and holding two pumpkins, and I thought that was quite cute. So I just put that down in the corner. The washi tape that I'm using is a spiderweb one that I got from Etsy a few years ago, and I absolutely love it. It's actually coming to the end of it, but there's quite a few spiderwebs on this collection, so I thought that matched it quite nicely. So that's going to go in the bottom left, and then the top right is a picture of my cookies. So I really wanted to make Halloween cookies, but I really underestimated how long it was going to take me, and I'm just not good at baking. I just have to accept the fact that I'm not that good at baking. I like baking and I like the concept of it and I like the results of it, but I'm just not good at it. I don't know what it is. I just can't get things to look like they should do. But they taste all right. So Joe ends up eating them anyway, and it's quite nice to do it every so often. I'm just not very good at it. So these are the cookies that I made. But the first set of cookies that I tried to make, I realised when I was doing it, I was making like, what are they? Well, they're cookies, but like the doughy sort of cookies. They're not biscuits. So when I was putting the mixture on the tin to go into the oven, I realised that I couldn't use my cat punch thing. stencil. What is it called? I can't get my words out today. I couldn't use it because it realised that it wasn't dough. It was a cookie mixture, which is very like wet, and I just couldn't use it. So I was like, what have I made here? So I ended up making random cookies, and then I had to redo a biscuit mix. So I ended up spending the whole day making these cookies. So I eventually made all these cat ones, and they are pretty cute, to be honest, but I just couldn't decorate them. So I managed to get some icing, but the icing turned into a little bit pink. It's supposed to be orange, but it did turn out pink. I wanted black, but they just had no black food colouring anywhere, so I went with orange, but it did turn out a bit pink. But then I found these eyes that were quite cute, but I tried to decorate the ears and the nose and all that, and it just didn't turn out very well. So anyway, they turned out looking like this. They look a little bit panicked, but they're supposed to be Halloween ones, so it's absolutely fine. And they were quite nice, to be honest. We did eat them all, so they must have been quite nice. But I just had one of these little cut parts that says all the treats. So that's how I spent my Sunday, basically. And then I'm going to use the pocket above. I use one that's like a little spider web area that I can obviously put some journaling on. But above that, I'm going to use the background of the previous layout, and I'm going to use the cut part that's like it's like a old style advert for some sort of chewing gum whistle thing, but I thought they were quite cute, so it goes along the lines of sweet treats and stuff like that, because then in the pocket it's going to go underneath the spider web cut apart. I actually bought some load of bits for Halloween, so for like trick-or-treating and stuff. We never get any trick-or-treaters, but I always buy a load of stuff just in case, and also we like to have them every so often, so it was quite nice to have these little bits and pieces, loads of lollies and stuff like that. And I like to look at all the Halloween themed sweets that come out, so I just took a picture of the stuff that's in the bowl. And I mean, Halloween's gone now, and sure enough, we didn't get any trick-or-treaters. So we've been making our way through with this bowl of candy for weeks now. So yeah, it's always, it's just a novelty of buying the themed stuff for Halloween. And then the last pocket is going to be another piece of pattern paper. It's got little broomsticks on it, and I'm just going to use the cut apart. It's like almost like a 3x3, and it's a cute little ghost holding a trick-or-treat pumpkin basket, and it says all the treats, no tricks. And I just thought it was really, really cute, and obviously it goes along the lines of trick-or-treating. So for the last pocket that's going to go the bottom right, I'm just going to use this nice pattern paper with the spider webs on it. And there was this larger cut apart that had like trick or treats, and it's like a bingo card. And I thought that was quite nice because it's quite big, and it just sort of, fills the page as such, so I didn't have to do much else with it. I did put some washi tape at the bottom, but other than that, I just leave it as it is. So it's a real sort of simple pocket. And then my title card, I'm obviously going to use that black paper with the little stars on it. And again, I keep it quite simple. I just use another little cut apart, like a 3x3 sort of cut apart. It's got like little potions and hats and little books on there. And I'm just going to put some alphas. So I do keep it really simple. As I said, it's quite hard to use this collection because the cut aparts are really awkward shapes. But I do really, really like it, and I love all the patterns on it. But as I said, I'm glad to be able to use it for Halloween. I always like to try and incorporate at least once. I've done it every year so far. As I said, it's quite difficult. I don't know if I need some more elements to it. Maybe I need to buy some little stickers or something to go with it, because I don't know if it seems a little bit empty, and the cut parts are quite big. But we'll see. Maybe next year they bring out some more stuff, similar collection or something, just so I don't have to keep buying the same collection. So yeah, I'm going to use like these pink glittery alphas. I'm just going to write week 43, and then I'm going to use my date stamp to put the 22nd to the 28th on there, and that is everything for this part of the week. So as I said, it was a pretty chilled week. We didn't really do too much. We were both working that week, and then we were going back down to see my family, but also go and see a show in Brighton, and I was working either side. I worked some of my days off because I haven't done that for a while, actually. I've been so busy that I've not actually been able to do any overtime. So I've been doing some overtime because I realised how much money getting married and having a honeymoon is. So I wanted to get just a little bit more money in the bank for that, basically, just so we're not having to scrounge later on in the year next year and panic about our finances. At least if I do the work now, then at least it's in the bank ready for next year. So yeah, so as I said, chilled week, but busier times ahead. So hope you've enjoyed this part of the week. And again, thank you for my little time out. You probably didn't even notice anything. It's only been about a week, but for me, that I've been gone a while because I always upload every other day. So yeah, thank you for bearing with, and hopefully I'm going to be a bit more consistent again. So hope you've had a good week, and I will be back soon. Bye.